This is not just a game, it's a war for Alex Eala. Surprising World Sports Desk Date, December 8th, 2025 location, Bangkok, Thailand. Bangkok, the 2025 Southeast Asian Games in Thailand, were meant to be a celebration of regional unity, a showcase of the best athletes across 11 nations. But in the corridors of the tennis complex and the bustling streets of Bangkok, the conversation has shifted from friendly competition to a palpable tension. A shockwave has rippled through the host nation. The narrative is no longer just about the games. It is about one name, one mission, and one massive obstacle. All eyes are on Alexandra, Alex Eala. What is unfolding in Thailand is not merely a regional tournament. For the Filipina tennis sensation, this is a collision of worlds. It is where the grit of the WTA professional circuit meets the intense, emotionally charged atmosphere of national duty. The mission is clear, but the path is treacherous. Eala is not just hunting for a medal. She is fighting to validate her world-class status against a host nation determined to defend its turf. Part 1. The global star comes home. The premise of the 2025 SEA Games tennis tournament has been fundamentally altered by Eala's participation. Usually, the SEA Games is a developing ground for rising stars or a victory lap for regional veterans. However, Eala brings a different gravity to the court. Having spent years honing her craft in Europe, training at the Rafael Nadal Academy in Spain, and grinding to the grueling WTA circuit, she returns to Southeast Asia not as a prospect, but as a predator. This creates a unique conflict, national expectations versus international standards. The mission in Thailand is more than a gold medal, insiders say. It is about proving that the talent honed in the Grand Slams and the clay courts of Europe is unstoppable in Asia. But tennis is not played on paper. The transition from professional tour back to the SEA Games is fraught with psychological traps. In the WTA, Eala plays for points, ranking, and personal career progression. In Bangkok, she plays for flag. The emotional nucleus of this story is the unyielding Filipino spirit, but that spirit carries a heavy weight. For Eala, the stakes are paradoxically higher here than in some professional tournaments. In a WTA 250 event, a loss is a learning experience. In the 2025 SEA Games, with the entire Philippines watching, anything less than gold is viewed as a failure. Part 2. The Thai Fortress, a hostile territory. Thailand, the host nation, is not sitting idly by. The land of smiles has prepared a formidable welcome for the Filipino star, and it is not one of hospitality, but of fierce competitive resistance. The Thai Tennis Federation knows that to win the overall medal tally, they must dethrone the queen of Philippine tennis. They have the ultimate advantage. The home court, the conditions in Bangkok, the searing heat, the specific surface speed of the courts, and most importantly, the deafening noise of the local crowd, are weapons that will be weaponized against Eala. The host country is certain to use every advantage, from the scheduling of matches to the roar of fans, to unsettle the Filipinas' rhythm. But the threat is not just atmospheric. It is physical and tactical. Thailand has assembled a hit squad of veterans and prodigies designed to counter Eala's power game. The veteran, Luksika Kumkhum. Leading the charge is the experienced Luksika Kumkhum, a former WTA Top 100 player. Kumkhum is not intimidated by world rankings. She has been to the Grand Slams. She has reached the second round of the Australian Open and Wimbledon. She knows how to absorb pace and redirect it. For Kumkhum, this is a legacy fight. Defeating the young superstar Eala on Thai soil will be the capstone of her career. She possesses the veteran savvy to slow the game down, frustrate Eala, and use the crowd's energy to fuel a surprise performance. The rising threat, Mananchaya Sawangkayew. If Kumkhum represents experience, Mananchaya Sawangkayew represents hunger. A fierce competitor who has been steadily strengthening her game on the ITF circuit. Sawangkayew is the wild card. She is young, desperate to prove herself, and willing to run down every ball. Playing in front of her family and friends, she has nothing to lose and everything to gain. The narrative here is dangerous for Eala. The pressure is entirely on the favorite, while the underdog Sawangkayew can swing freely. Part 3. The Indonesian Wild Card. While the narrative focuses on the Philippines versus Thailand, a dangerous shadow looms from Indonesia. The SEA Games is never a two-horse race. and Aldila Sutjiadi ensures that. Primarily known as a global star in doubles, Sutjiadi's singles game becomes deceptively lethal during national competitions. She brings a different style to the court, exceptional volleying court sense, and a high tennis IQ developed in high-stakes WTA doubles finals. Sutjiadi is a trap in the draw. If Eala focuses too heavily on the Thai rivals, the Indonesian star is capable of slipping through and causing a massive upset. Part 4. The Pressure Cooker. Win or bust. Why is the 2025 SEA Games being called the ultimate test of Alex Eala's composure? Because for Filipino fans, the narrative is binary, gold or nothing. This is the explosive narrative needed by the Philippines. Analysts suggest the journey from loss to legacy. Eala is carrying the emotional baggage of previous tight losses in Europe. She is bringing the heartbreak of close matches and turning it into fuel. But the pressure is unprecedented. While other athletes are playing for honor, Eala is playing for the affirmation of her status. She must prove to her compatriots and her rivals that she is indeed untouchable in the region. The Filipino fans will fill the venue. Their energy will be the counterforce to the Thai crowd. But this adds to the burden. Every stroke Eala makes carries a message. Every unforced error will be magnified. The shock factor the world is waiting for is whether Eala can maintain her Grand Slam composure in a chaotic, emotionally charged regional environment. Part 5. The Strategic Battlefield. The matches ahead will be physical wars. The surface and conditions. Thailand's hard courts are known to be fast, but the humidity makes the ball heavy. Eala's training in Spain, which often favors clay court patience and heavy topspin, will need to be adjusted for aggressive, first-strike tennis to silence the crowd early. The mental game. The Thai opponents will try to extend rallies, hoping the heat and the pressure cause Eala to crack. Eala's challenge is to remain the aggressor without becoming reckless. Singles and doubles. The text hints at a dominant performance in both singles and doubles. This doubles the physical load. Can Eala sustain her level across multiple events? Part 6. The verdict, a legacy in the making. As the tournament begins, the conflict is clear. This is the Philippines' powerhouse ambition against Thailand's desperate measures. If Alex Eala wins, it is not just another gold medal for the tally. It is a statement. It sends a message throughout Southeast Asia that the Philippines is the dominant force in tennis. It validates every sacrifice made in Europe, every lonely night in training camps, and every tear shed after a loss. It proves that the world-class label is real. But if the shock happens, if the home court pressure, the veteran guile of Kumkhum, or the grit of Sawangkayew topples a queen, it will be a heartbreak of national proportions. The emotional nucleus of this story is the unyielding Filipino spirit. There is no wavering in commitment. The Grand Slam goals remain the horizon, but serving the country is the priority of the moment. The stage is set. The crowd is roaring. The world is watching. The mission in Thailand is starting. And for Alexandra Eala, the only acceptable outcome is absolute dominance. This is not an easy win. It is a battle,